Hello, darlings. You are welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Today, we dive deep into Shashwat's exposure of Anurag's secret letter to Ishani before everyone and Pihu's explosive outburst of betrayal. Let's get into it. The episode begins with Yash's haldi ceremony. Everyone applies haldi to Yash one by one, except Ishani. Raj Diddy asks everyone to begin the performance. Pihu starts dancing with her friends and then drags Yash onto the dance floor. Yash dances with her briefly and returns to his place. Pihu then asks Ishani to join them, but Ishani refuses, saying she is Yash's mother. Pihu argues that even Nandini is dancing, so why can't Ishani dance too? Ishani asks Pihu not to be adamant. Pihu notices Nandini dancing with Raj Diddy. Ishani sees Shashwat glaring at her and wonders why he has been angry with her since yesterday. When Pihu returns and again asks Ishani to dance, Shashwat intervenes, questioning why Pihu is forcing Ishani. He sends Pihu away. Nandini asks Raj Diddy if she can apply haldi to her, but Raj Diddy refuses, saying she is a widow. Nandini then turns to Ishani and says she should not be inauspicious. Raj Diddy comments that something bad always happens because of Ishani. Ishani responds that they have made her unlucky. She reminds them that she cooked everything for Yash's pre-wedding ritual yesterday, so she asks what changed today. Shashwat tells her there is a big difference between yesterday and today. He reveals that he invited Anurag to Yash's wedding. Ishani is shocked to hear this. Nandini asks why Ishani looks scared and says Anurag is innocent, which is why Shashwat decided to end the issue. Shashwat further reveals that he invited the principal and committee members as well. Ishani questions the need for this, but Shashwat explains that Pihu studies in that college. Ishani feels as if a storm is approaching. Shashwat asks her why she is not joining Pihu and sarcastically remarks that Ishani must have wanted to experience all this during her own wedding. Raj Diddy comments that no one wishes for such things at this age. Ishani tells Nandini that she never had such wishes. Nandini then asks whether Ishani never wanted to get married at all. Ishani questions why they are interrogating her and tells Shashwat that she never said she was forced to marry him. She asks whether he married her wholeheartedly. Shashwat replies that he wanted a companion to take care of his children and household. Nandini adds that Shashwat did not want a companion for himself. Shashwat asks Ishani about her own wishes. Ishani says she wanted to complete her studies and achieve something in life. Raj Diddy excuses herself and leaves. Shashwat asks Ishani whether she ever dreamed of a Prince Charming. Ishani asks him why he is suddenly asking such questions. Nandini suggests that Ishani might be hiding something. Ishani warns Nandini not to interfere when she is talking to her husband. Shashwat asks Ishani to tell him the truth. Ishani asks what truth he wants to know. Nandini bluntly tells Shashwat to ask Ishani about her affairs. Ishani fires back, asking whether she ever questioned Nandini about her own affairs, including her current involvement with Shashwat. She says she is not a child and can clearly see what is going on between them. Shashwat demands to know about Ishani's affairs, and Ishani accuses him of insulting her. Shashwat tells Ishani to inform him before evening if she wants to share anything. Ishani says she does not understand what is happening. Nandini explains that Shashwat wants to know whether Ishani ever had a romantic relationship in the past. Ishani tells Nandini to stay quiet. Shashwat confirms that he wants to know the truth. Ishani asks why he is suddenly asking this and lies, saying nothing like that ever happened. She thinks that if she takes Anurag's name, Shashwat will not spare him. Shashwat says this is all he wanted to know and declares everything normal again. He leaves with Nandini and the haldi ceremony ends. Later, Ishani gets ready but feels restless. She senses that something is going on in Shashwat's mind. Pihu comes in and compliments her, then asks whether Ishani ever had a boyfriend. Ishani scolds Pihu and reminds her that she is like her mother. Pihu says many boys must have proposed to Ishani when she was young. Ishani replies that she went at college only to study and was never interested in such things. Pihu urges her to share everything, but Ishani asks her to stop. Pihu agrees. Shashwat enters the room and Ishani sends Pihu away. Shashwat compliments Ishani and asks whether she would mind if he held her hand in front of the guests. Ishani is surprised and says Nandini would not like that. Shashwat asks if Ishani is jealous of Nandini. He then holds Ishani's hand and takes her downstairs. Meanwhile, Ankita's parents welcome Yash and he takes their blessings. Ankita's mother asks Yash to always keep Ankita happy. Raj Didi asks Nandini where Shashwat is, and Nandini replies that he went to bring Ishani. They go inside as Ankita reaches the wedding mandap. Shashwat introduces Ishani to the principal and professors, explaining that he invited the committee members to clear misunderstandings. He takes Ishani to speak with them. Nandini becomes furious seeing Shashwat's closeness to Ishani and confronts him. Shashwat tells her not to ruin her mood, saying it is part of his plan. He then informs the principal that Ishani could not attend college due to wedding preparations and promises to send her back after the marriage. Ankita's father then takes Shashwat away. Ankita and Yash exchange garlands and everyone applauds. Pihu sings a song using the mic. Anurag arrives and the principal asks Ishani whether he is invited too. Shashwat intervenes and says he needs to introduce Ishani to his friends. Shashwat introduces Ishani to his business partners. Anurag enters the house, surprising Pihu. She asks if Ishani invited him and Anurag replies that Shashwat and Nandini did. Pihu says she is happy to see him. Shashwat asks where Ishani is and Pihu replies that Ishani was with him. Seeing Ishani, Pihu brings Anurag to them. Shashwat says he was waiting for Anurag and asks Ishani to talk to him. Anurag says there is nothing to discuss regarding studies. The priest calls Yash and Ankita for the firas and the wedding rituals continue. Anurag keeps staring at Ishani. Yash applies vermilion to Ankita's forehead, completing the rituals. Shashwat announces that he wants Ishani to sing for the guests. Ishani hesitates, but Shashwat assures her he will sing along. Anurag encourages her to sing since Shashwat is supporting her. Ishani sings, followed by Shashwat joining her. Everyone applauds their performance. A professor remarks that Anurag also sings well. Shashwat, surprised, asks Anurag to perform a duet with Ishani. Anurag hesitates, but Shashwat insists. Ishani tries to refuse, saying she already sang, but Shashwat and Pihu persuade her. Pihu excitedly says she would not miss the chance to hear Ishani sing with Anurag. Anurag sings and Ishani joins him. The audience applauds their performance. Nandini goes on stage and praises them, then brings up Anurag's molestation case. She announces that Shashwat will reveal why Ishani withdrew the complaint against Anurag. Shashwat claims he became possessive of Ishani, misunderstood Anurag, and filed the complaint. He says he later apologized to Anurag and that Ishani was unaware of this. He explains that Ishani skipped college due to wedding events, so Anurag sent her notes to help. Anurag wonders if Shashwat read the letter he sent. Shashwat reveals that Nandini found the letter and gave it to him. Ishani is confused as Shashwat reads the letter aloud, shocking everyone. Shashwat asks Anurag if he wants to say anything and tells the principal this is why Ishani withdrew the complaint, to protect the family's reputation. He questions how he can send Ishani back to a college where Anurag works and scolds Anurag for crossing boundaries as a professor. Pihu recalls how much Anurag knew about Ishani and says everything now makes sense. She accuses Anurag of using her and blames Ishani for hiding the truth. Ishani tries to speak, but Pihu shuts her up, saying Ishani broke her trust. Nandini smiles. Pihu says she feels ashamed to call Ishani her best friend and confronts Anurag for deceiving her. She reveals that she had proposed to him, shocking Shashwat. Declaring her hatred for both Ishani and Anurag, Pihu runs away. Ishani breaks down in tears. Later, Ishani enters her room and tells Shashwat she had no idea about Anurag's letter. Shashwat asks why she is scared if she did nothing wrong and says he believes her. However, he insists that Anurag must be punished and decides to teach him a lesson. Ishani pleads, saying Anurag will lose his job, but Shashwat dismisses her concern, stating it is about family honor. Shashwat says Pihu's reaction shocked him and questions why Ishani supported Pihu in Anurag's matter. Ishani denies this and explains that Pihu refused to listen. Shashwat then asks whether Ishani has a special place for Anurag in her heart. Ishani is stunned by the accusation. Shashwat says he is asking because he noticed Ishani's concern for Anurag and mentions that Nandini suspected mutual feelings after reading the letter. He says he trusts Ishani and asks whether she knew Anurag beforehand. Claiming it is just a question, he locks the door from inside. When Ishani asks why he locked the door, Shashwat says it is night and holds her hand. Ishani says she is tired and wants to rest. Shashwat accuses her of never accepting him as her husband and again questions her about Anurag. When Ishani denies it, Shashwat strangles her and twists her hand, declaring that he is her legal husband. See you in the next. Much love.